Do dating apps even work? And how can we use them to actually maximize our potential of them so that we can find real lasting relationships instead of just being swept up in this hookup swipe culture? Well, I'm going to talk about all of that in this video. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Renee Slansky for Flirtini, and I'm a professional dating and relationship coach. Now, I don't know if you know this, but there are currently around 1,500 dating apps out there. So it's no wonder that we're starting to think, okay, is this just something that is trendy because technology has come about? Or is this something that can really be a tool to help us find lasting relationships? And if you're somebody that is constantly jumping from app to app to app and you're not finding that you're getting any results, then it's most likely because you're using them in the wrong way, and you need to learn how to maximize dating apps so they can work for you. So let's dive into those tips right now. The first tip is this: you need to set yourself realistic expectations when it comes to dating apps. People confuse access to dating apps with access to love and healthy relationships. However, that's just not the reality. Just because you can go on a date or swipe through a couple of people, it doesn't instantly mean that you are going to be guaranteed to meet the love of your life on a dating app, or even be set up to have a series of healthy dates. The same people who are toxic, who are out there and they don't know how to give you a fulfilling relationship, are the same people who are on the apps as well. And what's important is we need to understand that dating apps aren't a guarantee to a happily ever after. However, what they are is they are an opportunity. They are a platform to create connections, to engage with other people, to actually give you opportunities to be able to have dates in general. Whether or not those are healthy dates or toxic dates, which turn into healthy relationships or toxic relationships, is what is entirely up to you. So you have to be aware that if you're going on a dating app like Flirtini, that you're going there with a sense of balance, a sense of wisdom, a sense of accountability to be able to use the app in such a way that you can meet people, create connections, start conversations. However, you're going to be aware of who you're actually talking to instead of just letting the dating app do all the work for you and then finding that you're disappointed because you got matched with someone that wasn't right. The second thing that you really need to know in order to be able to make dating apps work for you is you have to maximize your profile. I have seen some pretty horrible profiles out there of people who just aren't putting any effort in. You don't have proper photos. They can't see your eyes. You've got a million people in the photo, so you left the person wondering which one's actually you. Your dating app profile is the first impression that somebody is going to have of you. And you want to make sure that it is the best impression possible. Think about it. If you're out there dating in real life, you want to be able to make sure that when you go on a first date, you're coming as the best version of yourself, okay? It's the same with dating apps. There's no point being sloppy with your profile, scarce on the information, blurry photos, all of that, and then expecting amazing results. If you don't put the effort in, then you're not going to get the results that you want back. This is about investing that time, that energy into maximizing your profile the best way possible through photos, through your bio, so that you can come across as somebody that looks like they're ready for a relationship. Because if you've just slapped something together and you haven't done it in the right sort of way, you're either going to attract the wrong sort of people, or you're just not going to get many options for you to be able to explore. Okay, number 3, know which app works best for you. As I mentioned, there are literally over 1,000 different apps out there, and every day there is another one being invented. So it can be really overwhelming. Of course, we know the big names out there. However, it doesn't necessarily mean that just because those apps are well known, that app is going to work for you. So ask yourself, what is important to you for an app? Is it about being in an all-female community? Is it about being on an app that has a certain hookup sort of culture attached to it? Is it an app that is able to provide video dates? Is it an app that has a little bit of a twist to it? For example, time constrictions, which helps you make a decision rather than just sit on a platform and constantly swipe away. Do your research. This is why if you want to try our app Flirtini, it gives you another take on how dating apps can work. Either way, don't just jump from one app to one app to one app to one app and constantly be changing, because you're never going to know the full potential and you're going to fatigue yourself. Instead, stop, think about what it is that you ideally want, in an app that fits you and your personality type and how you handle technology, and then simply research which app is able to fit that requirement. Okay, number 4, really big. If you want to make dating apps work for you, guess what? You actually have to get off the app at one point and go on a real date. As a dating and relationship coach, and I have literally coached hundreds of people and been engaged with thousands of people out there who are on dating apps, one of the key things that I see people do, and one of the big mistakes, is they just sit on the dating app. They go back and forth with conversation and they never really go on a real date. So everything starts to stagnate. Dating apps should only be used as a way to be introduced to somebody, and then it is your responsibility to escalate things further to take it offline onto a real date. That is how you're going to know whether or not the person that you're engaging with and talking to is someone that can actually match who you are. It's not a matter of just having the algorithm put that person in front of you and say, hey, you're a match, that's great. You don't know them in real life. You need to be able to meet them in person, see what the energy is like, see if there's still attraction there, get to know them behind the screen to work out whether or not they are somebody that you can build something with. And lastly, number 5, limit their use. We are a society that loves to just swipe. We swipe through our Facebook, our Instagram, all our social media, so it's normal that we do the same with dating apps. And unfortunately, we have turned dating into a little bit of a sport or a hobby, because we've become desensitized almost to the point, because we've just got access to all these different dates. We don't even necessarily have to worry about not finding love at some point, because hey, we can just jump on an app and just start talking to someone. So let's make sure that we're using dating apps in moderation, because if you want to make them really work for you best, then you need to limit choice fatigue. And choice fatigue is where we have constant propositions before us that we become overwhelmed. We either have fear of missing out, or we don't know who it is that we should really be engaging with, and we confuse quantity with quality. Try to balance your love life by spending some time on the dating app so that you are being active with finding love. However, making sure that it's not something you're constantly looking at again and again throughout the whole entire day, so that you're pouring all your energy and focus into it and then becoming frustrated because it's not giving you the result that you want. If you don't have that balance, then I guarantee you'll turn your dating life into a project, and you'll start to overthink it, overanalyze, or you'll start to settle for second best because you just want to make it happen, because the effort that you're putting in isn't equaling the results that you want. Well, girls and guys, I hope that really helped you understand how to use dating apps in a way that is healthy and in a way that can actually maximize your love life. And what I want to do later on is I want to give you some dating app profile tips, which I will do in another video. In the meantime, tell us below in the comments which is your favorite dating app and what you like about it. And don't forget to check out ours, Flirtini. You can see the link for that down below. In the meantime, you might be able to hear my